Keep away from the hedge. Good. Yeah, we keep telling her she's not going to be dating anyone till she's 30 anyway, so there's all that. And I'm going to have to go out and buy a gun and be cleaning it when he comes to pick her up. Yeah, all the usual stuff that dads are supposed to do when their teenage daughters start dating.
A couple of these and stuff.
Yeah.
Fries take a long time. They take like 24 to 17 to like 30 minutes, something like that. Or 40.
It takes about 20 minutes.
Well, they basically, to me, they take like 30, but the pizza rolls take like 10 to 12 minutes, and these take like 14 to 16 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna have a couple of these with some pizza.
Okay, so that's pretty much the outside of the field done. Or the difficult parts of the outside of the field done. Oh, such fun. Okay, so, and I haven't checked on, well, it looks like the worker finished doing his planting thing. So we're going to have to go and tidy that up. 126,000 money. I think the fields adjacent to the big one we bought last winter aren't contract fields. So, because I want to kind of check them and make sure that... It's a problem I had with law folds was on Farm Sim 17 I would ensure that every field I planned to buy I did contracting for the entire year that I planned to buy it. Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds like a plan. But yeah, what I did was, so every field I bought was fully fertilised, was planted with crop I didn't pay for and had been ploughed. And I would buy it right at harvest season, so I could buy the field, harvest the field, and get the profits. But with 19, not so much. And with this map, and there were some times where it's sort of, yeah, I'm planning to buy this field next year. And spring would come and I would do the ploughing contract and I would do the cultivating contract, and then they'd say, we want to plant potatoes on this field. And it's like, so I'm not going to buy this field this year now because they're planting potatoes on it.
That's what I didn't forget to do.
What?
I did not forget to spray the pan.
Spray the pan.
I can't go outside yet because the sun's out. I'm going to wait until the sun's out and those stupid clouds disappear.
I don't know if they're disappearing.
They better disappear. I would go up in that sky and blow all those clouds away.
Okay. But with this map, because so many of the fields aren't contract, and I'm trying not to buy the contract field, so I always have the option to do something like this and get paid for it.
6 people watching.
So I'm not in control of what crops go into a field. So anyway, let's...
Have they ever heard one of the jokes? Can you tell me one of the jokes that you told us last night?
No.
Like, what do you call a cow without legs? Or do you call a deer without eyes?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen, and yeah, -1 wind speed. That's awesome. The wind is blowing -1 from the west. Ah, so it's blowing 1 mile an hour from the east. No, it's blowing -1 from the west. Okay then.
And it's making the clouds go away, right?
How are we doing here? Oh, come on, cruise control, go. Thank you. contract. We are halfway. Good grief.
I am so excited for summer.
This field is bigger than I thought it was. So we are going to have enough room for another barrel of fertilizer to take back to the yard. That's good.
Are you excited about summer?
Yeah. Actually, I'm looking forward to having my basement usable, finally.
I'm looking forward to running around and doing my dancing there.
Because we finally have some replacement stairs. Contractor hasn't finished it all off. There was a little bit more hassle involved than we'd intended. He was planning to take the stairs down and have, I think, most of it finished by yesterday.
You just got a bird wet.
I got what?
You just got a bird wet with liquid fertilizer.
Yeah. I sprayed fertilizer all over the bird. He'll grow big and strong.
He's gonna die.
Into a giant
Termite.
griffin. Because the chemicals will
Kill him.
do crazy stuff to his DNA. I've seen all the superhero movies. That's how it works.
What about real superhero movies?
But yeah, so he took the stairs down on Monday, and unfortunately during that process discovered that the guy who built them didn't really do a very good job. And so we're all sitting upstairs working and doing whatever, and there's this almighty crash in the basement. And as soon as he'd finished disconnecting it, he was thinking, the stairs, I'll be able to control the stairs coming down quite easily. No, they sheared stuff and pulled wood off the wall and just fell to the ground.
Yeah, broke the water line.
And broke the water line to the fridge, so he then had to go off and shut the water off and go and get a part to repair the water line. So that happened on Monday. He finished building the staircase, and he had placed an order for railings and the bits underneath the railings so that small kids can't fall off the stairs. And he placed the order, and he'd been told, yay, free delivery because of the amount of material he was ordering. So, yay, good. And then he got an email overnight that basically said, no. Yeah. Did he? He got an email while he was at work, or while he was working, that basically said, oh, no, because of the length of the material you're ordering, we're going to have to add $350 delivery charge. And he's like, no, that's not happening. So he got home, called them up and said, yeah, I'm not paying delivery charge. I want to cancel the order. So they said, yeah, not a problem, cancel the order. He gets up the next morning, he's checking his accounts, and they'd billed him already. So because they're in Texas and we're on the East Coast, he had to wait until office hours Central Time to call them up and say, I would like to have my money back because I've cancelled the order. So he missed an entire morning of doing work. So yeah, it's going to get done. It's just not where he wanted it to be by this time. Partly because he doesn't have the railings and what have you, and partly because issues with companies charging him with stuff that he doesn't want to have, and bits falling down off the ceiling. So, but once the staircase is in, it'll be a lot easier to go up and down, and we'll be a lot happier going up and down. Oh, we're done. Turn that off, fold that up, collect my payment. So that's another 10,000. So we have ended up with 130. I wanted to check the price of fields over here. Lands are good. 28 is... gee, really? No, I want 25. 25 is 320, 23 is the grass field, is 218. I can't afford it. 23 is a grass field. So I'm kind of thinking it could be good to get a grass field. But we'll behave. We'll wait until the main crop income arrives before we go spending all our money. I mean, obviously the grass field we could do something with because it's late summer. We could potentially get a cut today and a cut last day of fall. Which kind of does sound appealing. Whoa. But obviously the arable field next door, which is 300,000, I don't need that right now because it's not going to create income, and I'm not going to be able to make it create income until this time next year. So that's the premise I work off of, is if it's going to make me income quickly, I can turn it into something that is currently in the process of making me income, then yeah, that's a good deal. But I can buy it now and then I have to wait 6 months before I can start working it, and then I have to wait another 6 months before I can pull the money out of it. Not worth it. Or not something I want to spend money on right away, because I'm paying interest on any money I borrow immediately. So we'll hold off on buying at least the arable field. But I filled that one. We need to go to the back one. There we go. But the grass field, that's a possibility. That's a lot of weeds in that field. Good grief. Somebody needs to take some herbicide to that. Why aren't we filling up anymore? That tank is not filled yet. There we go. That was strange. Okay. So not 100% full, but that's good enough. Let's head back to the yard. And I might stop off at our field and see what our dude with the seed has done. Oh, I was going to say, why is there a traffic signal sign there? But it was an arrow pointing that way, so there's traffic signals down there somewhere. Not that that's helpful, because we can't even turn left there. Anyway, down to the sawmill, and we'll stop off at the field on the left. Quite a good panoramic cab, this. Definitely well designed for front loader usage. Especially when you think about our Fendt that we have with the front loader. Yeah. Okay, catching up to the car. Go car, go! Ugh. Someone coming the other way too. This field to our left's quite big too. 28. Or is that the one I accidentally... Yeah, I think that's the one I accidentally... So our field's the one on the left now. So, no point passing the car. So our turn is right after the bus stop. Okay, here we are. Put that there, and we will jump out. And where to go? I think it's probably over there. So this bottom end actually looks okay. What is going on here? And it kind of bulges out, I guess. Where is my tractor? Is it driven into that hedge? Oh, no, there it is. What are you doing over there, dude? We don't own this field. Oy vey. So yeah, this is a field I would potentially consider buying, and I might do another farm track along this side of the hedge round to that corner over there. But the grass field is definitely consideration. Let's sneak through the gap. Yay. Okay, so hopefully this is just a matter of driving too fast over the end bit and missing a part of it. Okay, we are on and lowered. Let's go. So this cedar is just wide enough to cover the bit that Laughing Boy missed. Oh, except there's that whole bit over there that one didn't get done. Well. Guess we can fill this out, and I'll set the worker off on the other side. Hey. So yeah, this time I'm going to be finishing up the stream shortly, but I think there will be some consideration between the end of this episode and the beginning of next as to whether we end up owning this grass field or not. I think I would like the grass to be there just because it's a commodity we are making use of. But as discussed earlier, I'm probably going to end up with just silage coming off these fields and buying hay from now onwards, because hay is cheaper to buy than silage earns us to sell. And we get the digestate. We're going to need the digestate coming when we do precision farming. So especially with all these bigger fields that we're buying, I'm going to have to look for some source of manure or slurry. I think there's manure for sale at the store over there somewhere, Empire Store I think it is. So that might be something I want to look into as well. So what does this field look like? Weird. Don't know what all the blotchy bits are on the right. Looks like it's planted okay though. So I can run down this edge down to the bottom corner, because I think just after this turn here we didn't plant, yeah we did plant all the way to the edge again. And planter width is good, but we did run across the stretch by the road because the worker finished up right here. So that bit's all done. And we'll just finish off this triangle here. Turn in the straw. I might do another end row at the top there, just to pull us further away from that hedge when we need to turn around. I can stick this back on a worker though. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to jump back in the Valtra. I'll take this thing home. Pull out in front of the guy coming the other way, except that it doesn't look like there is anybody. So I think now we've done the fertilization contract, I think I'm kind of done with the fertilizer on this now. Next job for this one is going to be harvesting the sugar beets. Although no. I have to put one layer of fertilizer down on those two grass fields of ours before we're done fertilizing. So I'll leave it in this setup for now. But it'll be maybe tomorrow that we get to fertilizing those fields again, because we left it so late since the cut to fertilize them first time. Either tomorrow or the day after. They'll be ready for more fertilizer. Once that's done, then we'll look at unloading these tanks and getting the sugar beet harvester out. There now. That's nice and clean. Didn't want to turn that off. Of course, I can't see where I'm going that way, so we'll do it third person, and I'll stick it back where I just, it's kind of handy under this shelter. Okay, Valtra is done with. So, roundup, we have no canola left because we sold it because, oh, and it went up $3, $7. It's the risk you take, but not to worry. That was a good result. How much did we make? New vehicles, 31,650. What the heck did I buy? That must have been the other day. Oh, last week I bought something. I think I bought I think the grass harrow I bought a couple of days ago. Although, yeah, maybe not. Okay, 57. No, we bought the grass harrow way back here, so that's fine.
That's my food.
So 57,000 from the from bales. What bales? Silage, I think. Got 97 from the canola. That's awesome. Plus another 9 from that. Oh, 31,000. That was the where is it? This thing, this trailer. That's about how much we spent on that trailer. So that's a good thing. Gonna have to wait, as I said, till about midday tomorrow to be able to unwrap these. But all we have to do is we get out, we jump on the end, except my keyboard stopped working, and R is cut open the bale. So you just run down this strip and just press R to cut it open. It remains as a bale, but like I said, these bales are visually smaller, although they're not volume-wise smaller. Okay, you're still working. You're still standing around doing nothing. So I think for right now, farm is done. There's a couple of sowing contracts. I could do those. So to fill the seed with seeds, he wants canola. That's a good crop to plant because canola is quite an efficient crop. And barley, which, yeah, it drops around the middle about seed usage and whatever. 27 and 36. 27, 36. 36. Oh, 36 is the one by the road. Yeah, I know that one. 27. 27. Really? Is that really one of contract fields? 20, yeah. Okay, not a field I've really paid much attention to, but yeah, we could plant those. We could actually plant those now. Since this tractor's on this field, we could do that later on this afternoon, both of them, and get paid. And then we're coming back to these two fields to plant oilseed radish. And like I said, we're in no big hurry, so long as it's done before Christmas. And we're going to have this field and this field to plant with oilseed radish. We'll be putting grass down on this one. And then we'll be transferring some of the sheep from this pasture to this field. Probably about half of them, and I may split the ages as well. But yeah, contracts, we're good. What else have we done today? We have done 20 acres of sowing, 20 acres of fertilizing, and 16 acres of harvesting. I know what I didn't do, and I should do it now before I forget. And being such an old tractor, this thing doesn't use DEF, exhaust fluid, so all we have to worry about is that. Now, the other thing to check. We check the weather. Weather's fine. Stuff is fine. Animals is. See, they take so much hay. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't have to come back to the sheep until tomorrow morning. But we have 363, and we'll be moving some of them down into. I don't know if we own elm flower or bramblewood field, but we'll be transferring down. That will then also give us the advantage of we'll be using 2 of those wool spawn points, so there'll be room for 8 bales. Not obviously 4 per field. So if one group of sheep is producing wool faster than the other one, we're going to have to move them more frequently. But I think the plan is if we have the same number of sheep in the fields, then they'll spawn 2 at a time, and I'll just be able to move. I won't be pushed to move them every 12 hours. I can take my time to do it. So there you have it. For right now, it's kind of a hazy day on Oakfield Farm. It's 1:20 in the afternoon, game time. We will have some more planting contracts to do next week's stream. We'll be back next week on Saturday. Might have to call the stream early because new child's aunt's coming to visit. I don't know when. I don't know whether it's Saturday or Sunday, and I don't know what time, but I will have to be off when she turns up. But for right now, Helper J has completed their task, And I'm out of here. Everybody have a good weekend. I'll see you next week.